guy you see here is a registered sex offender, and he's got a rap sheet longer than my arm. What's so outrageous, it's infuriating me. This is the second time he has cut off his leg monitor and fled, and still they allowed him to live in a halfway house again. Why wasn't he in prison? He wouldn't be out right now. He wouldn't be endangering children. He wouldn't be scaring parents all across a wide swath of the United States right now. 51-year-old Eric Hartwell was convicted of raping a neighbor's 6-year-old daughter way back in 1991. He was only sentenced to 6 years in prison, 1 year for every year of the life of the child he raped. But the whole thing got suspended. Yeah, it got suspended. Fast forward to 1996, he's out of the slammer, and he gets arrested. He gets arrested for attempting to rape a 17-year-old pregnant hitchhiker. But again, he seems to just slide out of prison. What is wrong with our criminal justice system? This is an outrage. John Lieberman, there are people doing hard time for nonviolent drug offenses. This guy has waged his own personal war on women and children, and still they put him in a halfway house called Independence House that he waltzes out of?
And there's more, Jane. Multiple times in his past, he has been convicted of failing to register as a sex offender. So one of the things he had to do after his convictions was to register as a sex offender, but he has continued, according to law enforcement, to thumb his nose at that as well, and he is not registered as a sex offender. I spoke to the U.S. Marshals today. This guy is public enemy number one right now for them. They know he's a recidivist. They know that he is going to go back on the prowl for more victims, and that's what they're concerned about. You mentioned that he was convicted of the rape of the 6-year-old. Another case involved the attempted rape of a pregnant teen, and he was just paroled back in December on one of the failing to register charges. One other thing, Jane, to show you how dangerous law enforcement thinks this guy is, it is very rare that a sex offender is put on lifetime supervised parole. This guy is on lifetime supervised parole, meaning he has to check in for the rest of his life with his parole officer. But he was able to, in this case, leave the halfway house because they have a very liberal policy and then cut off, allegedly, his ankle bracelet.
That's my problem. Okay, liberal policy. We're going to get to Ken Deal, Chief Deputy U.S. Marshal Service, in just a moment. And any criticism I have is not to blame them. They are doing a great job trying to find this guy. I'm talking about